Happy Saturday evening, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And I thought I'd pop on here tonight. We're just staying in. Sydney's home, so we're just kind of chilling with the fam. I wanted to pop on tonight and share with you some really surprising things that I have learned, that we have learned about ourselves in the past 3 weeks. And when I refer to I and we, I'm referring to the ladies that are going through the 80-day obsession with me. They are in my very first, I guess you could call it test group or a round of the 80-day obsession. We're all doing it together. And I'm getting ready to launch another group of amazing ladies into their round of the 80-day obsession. So if you have been following me and you've been following the workouts and you've been following the success stories, then this is your chance to get started on your 80-day obsession journey. I've been in it for 3 weeks now, and I'm in a coach test group with Autumn Calabrese, the trainer, and so I can tell you that you will be in good hands with your own journey if you're feeling a little unsure about whether or not you should get started. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because a lot of the times when I'm talking to other ladies that are thinking about their fitness goals and what they want to do, and I talk to them about the 80-day obsession, or maybe they've researched it themselves, I get a lot of fear. I get a lot of anxiety, like, I don't know if I can do that. I'm really concerned about the longer workouts. I'm really concerned about the nutrition aspect. I'm really concerned. And I just want to say first off that so were we. Every single one of us were the same way. I can tell you that I was like this when I heard that all of the workouts were not 30 minutes long. Well, let me tell you, the workouts range from 30 to 55 minutes. So in this first 3 weeks, the first phase, there's 3 phases, but in the first phase, there's actually 2 workouts that are, I think, in the 30-minute range. And then there's like the strength workouts, the leg day, the booty day, and the AAA, AAA day. Those are all longer workouts. And I was really like, I don't want to do longer workouts. I'm so used to just doing 30 minutes a day and getting amazing results. Why would I want to do that? But I can tell you this, the time flies by. But that's besides the point. The other concern that people have is the nutrition. And they're like, I don't know about the timed nutrition, and it just looks like a lot of work, and it looks really complicated. Sydney, can you come and get Ella? Because she's gonna start barking. But I can tell you that's another surprising thing, and I want to share with you some of the feedback that I have from the ladies in my group. And overall, I think people are just afraid to commit. They're afraid to dig deep inside themselves because they're afraid that they may be lacking. And I can tell you this, the biggest thing we have all learned from this is that we have so much more inside of us than we knew we had. So let me just give you some information. So I wrote down some notes. So Anna Misha, who's in Scotland, for crying out loud, she's doing the challenge with us from Scotland. She said that one of the biggest surprises to her is that she looks forward to her workouts every day. Like, she can hardly wait to get home from work and do her workout. And she said she is not that person. She is not that person that looks forward to workouts. And so that has been really surprising to her. And let me tell you why that is. It's because there are 80 different workouts. 80 days, 80 different workouts. So no workout is ever the same. So I can tell you that even for someone like myself, I work out every day. I've been working out every day for 8 years. And it can get to be a little bit of the same-o. And I can tell you I'm the same way. Sydney, can you come and get Ella? I can get the same way, whereas I don't really want to work out. I dread my workouts. That doesn't mean I don't do them. I still do them, but I am excited. Like, every night I go to bed and I'm working out with my workout buddy via an internet web connection. She's in Connecticut. I'm in Kansas City. We are working out together at 7 a.m. Central every day. We've got it on our calendars. We connect and we get our workout done. I'm excited to do my workout. So that's really exciting. The other thing Anna Misha said was the community. I mean, she had done her first challenge group with us when Beachbody UK launched. So that was in October. And she did my holiday fitness trifecta. She lost 14 pounds in 3 months over the holidays. And she was in my challenge group, but she said, this challenge is just so different because, again, it's 80 different workouts. Every day is different. There's so much to talk about, and the community is so supportive. And I have to tell you that is a big game changer for me too, because I'm going through this program for the first time too, and I am the coach for most of the people in my group. I mean, we have other coaches in there too, but one of my customers, I asked her, how are you doing? She said, I'm doing great. She goes, let me ask you, Deb. She goes, does anybody ever ask how you're doing? I'm like, well, no, not really. She goes, well, how are you doing? I mean, so it's that. I feel like that in the group, I am the coach, I'm the leader, but I'm also being supported and uplifted, and I can be vulnerable. I can share when I have my hard days. I can share when one of the girls came in and shared something that was going on in her personal life that was really, and just seeing the comments of all the other ladies, just giving her love, so much love. And the situation had nothing to do with workouts or fitness. It was just love. And so that's not surprising, but it just seems to be like this program has just brought it out even more. Maria, who is an amazing mom and just love her to pieces, she said that the thing that has really surprised her the most is that eating is simplified for her. Simplified. Everybody's so worried about this eating plan, and it's actually simplified, because it brings so much structure to her day. And she's works in the military, so she's an officer in the military, so she's doing all that stuff during the day. She's got training and different things like that. She's got 2 kids. She says this brings structure to her day. I have to say it does the same thing for me. And it's not difficult, because when you plan things out, like when you have a to-do list, don't you feel like you're more on top of your day? When you have a plan, Sydney, Ella's back in here again. When you have a plan for what you want to accomplish, you're more likely to get it done. And that's what we're doing. I mean, we are, Sydney, we make a plan. I mean, we all, have our, my eating plan is very simple. I mean, it's like the same every day. I mean, I have a couple different options, but think about it. Don't you typically eat the same breakfast every day? And, think about it when it comes to your lunch. I mean, if you're eating out every day, that's probably expensive, and it's probably adding weight to you. So let's not talk about that. If you bring your lunch to work, you're probably making the same few things over. I mean, so eating similar things every day is really probably what most of us do anyway. And so that's what we're doing. We're planning what we're eating. We're planning when we're going to eat it. And I can tell you this, that's really the biggest game changer for me, because when you get hungry, you don't have to figure out what you're going to eat. You already know. So Nancy, I have to give props to Nancy. Nancy I call her our one shoulder wonder. This girl, this woman, she is doing this program with one shoulder because she just had surgery on one shoulder. So she's literally in a brace, and we see pictures of her, she's doing her one-armed, overhead presses, and she'll be in her plank, and she'll be in one arm. And I know she modifies a lot of the moves, obviously, and there's some moves that she just can't, she'll just have to do something different, but she's getting it done, and she's amazing. So, and she also said it's the first time that she's ever followed a nutrition program in any of the workout programs. And Maria said the same thing, and I say the same thing. I have not followed the nutrition plans to their T for 3 years, just because I feel like I haven't found the discipline in myself to do that. Sydney, for some reason, this is just clicking. Sean, another amazing lady, said that the mindset shift that she's going through is a really big part of, can you get her? The mindset shift, it's like, oh, the mindset shift, where was I? The mindset shift has been such a huge part for her. And the mindset shift refers to taking the obsession off the scale. Now, she said, I'm not even worried about the number on the scale because I can feel my body changing. I can see it changing. I get stronger every single week because every single week the workouts progress as our strength progresses. It's amazing. I think the mindset is so important because the mindset is what holds so many of us back. And I started off with that, talking about all the fears that people have. It's the mindset. Your mind gets so much stronger when you do the right things, when you follow a program and you prove to yourself that you can do it, that you are disciplined. I mean, for me, I would tell myself I'm just not disciplined that way. And I know you guys do too because I hear it. You say, oh, Deb, maybe one of these days I'll have the motivation that you have. I'm like, I don't know where you think you're going to find it. I mean, you can't go buy it at Target. I mean, it's just something that it's really discipline, because discipline is what is going to remain when motivation leaves you, because we are not waking up motivated. Let me just say, in general, people don't wake up motivated every single day, right? To do whatever it is you need to do in life. So you have to go back to your discipline. And if you don't have the discipline, then that's definitely a skill that you can develop. So that's just kind of my little gift to you right then and there. Heidi says, I've never felt better. I've never felt like this with any other program that I've done. Now that's a huge testimony because a lot of us have done a lot of different Beachbody programs and love them, but and other programs too, maybe CrossFit, maybe Zumba, maybe a different at-home workout program. Never felt like this with any other program. I feel so committed, so disciplined, and so strong. It's like we have this can-do mentality. And part of it comes from Autumn Calabrese, the trainer. I mean, every day, just the things that she says and seeing her go through this program at the same time we are and hear her, having the same pain, the same muscle issue that we are. And, it's like, wow, it creates so much community and it just, okay, if she can do it, so can we. If her cast is going through the program for the first time on tape, right, on video, and we can see them struggling at certain points. We're like, oh, wow, I struggle there too. Or if you're like me, you're like, oh, wow, I can double band and she didn't double band this time. It's like, I'm strong, I'm stronger, and so that creates a little competitiveness, but it also creates that sense of like you're really being personally trained because, Autumn will tell you, okay, now last week you did this and this week you're going to feel it a little differently. And if you're feeling this and adjust it this way, you're like, oh my gosh, she's talking. Sorry, phone call. So Janine also says that what she really shared was that she had, like last week, she had a really stressful week and it would normally have been one of those things where she would have just, just kind of caved in and sat on the couch and probably eaten the things that she shouldn't eat that don't make us feel better at all. Actually, they just make us feel worse. But she actually, she found that despite all the stress and chaos that she was experiencing in her life and the emotions, that having the structure of the workouts and the eating, that it actually brought her a sense of like she had control over something in her life, right? That brought her peace and enabled her to kind of get through that week and still feel strong. I think now listen to that. It allowed her to feel like despite the chaos in her life, she had control of something. She had that structure. She had these things that, okay, all this stuff is going on, but I've got this and I've got this and I have my group, my support group. So I think that's a huge testimony. For me, I have to say I am so surprised, again, by just how simple it has been to follow the nutrition plan. I mean, seriously. I don't know how many times I've said, I am not the clean eating girl. I'm, the 80-20, and I am. But I've almost like worn that I'm not the clean eating girl like a badge of honor or something. And I have to tell you, I was in a pretty not clean eating pattern towards the end of last year. And I was talking to my son about it because he started eating healthier. At school, he's eating like this big plate of spinach every day. It's like a thing, like, oh my gosh, put some vinaigrette on that or something, but just eating spinach. But we were talking about that and I was talking about the program and he's like, well, I said I've lost 4 pounds, I've lost 2 3/4 inches. And he's like, well, did you need to? And I'm like, well, I had put on some weight over the end of last year. And it's because I said, it's really not even so much about the weight for me. It's about the fact that I'm eating better. And that's important. I mean, it's going to catch up with you at some time, ladies. It's going to catch up with you. When you're eating Cheetos every day, it's going to catch up with you. You know, you may say, oh, I'm doing fine now. Or you may already have experienced the it's catching up with you thing. But I can tell you, it was catching up with me, not only on my physique, but also when you're putting junk in your body, you're going to feel like junk. And you already know I have issues with how I feel, you know, and that was not helping the situation, right? And so I was a little nervous about, okay, man, I can't have Cheetos for 80 days. But you know what? Here's what surprises me. I haven't even wanted them. I haven't even wanted them. I'm not craving them at all. I'm not craving sweets at all. And sometimes I'll think about like, Cheetos. Like I'll see them in the store. I'm like, I'll kind of like test myself out, like to feel if I feel a tug, like a magnetic tug. And I don't. I don't feel a magnetic tug. When you start craving things, that's another topic, but you know, is it a mental thing? Because it's most likely not a hunger thing. It's mental. You know, and for me, that connection has been broken. It's been broken. And I'm sticking to the plan because it's so structured. It's structured, but it's flexible. I don't want anyone to think, oh my gosh, you know, some people want to be told exactly what to eat. Like, I just want you to tell me what to eat. That's not a way of life. You know, you're not going to have somebody, unless you're maybe Oprah, that can plan your meals out for you every day. You've got to learn to do it yourself, right? But we get guidelines. So there's guidelines. I can pick, you know, and choose the foods that I want that meet the guidelines for whatever. And I can create my own delicious, satisfying meals, right? That are simple because I'm a simple eater. I mean, grilled chicken. I mean, my husband and I were like, okay, how can we make chicken different? Because we grill it, we bake it. I put it in, I love to put it in the crock pot with some like chili tomatoes, like Rotel tomatoes, and kind of shred it. And then I can eat it in like a whole wheat wrap, or for like a chicken taco, or I just sometimes like, I just put it on like broccoli and just eat it. So I can have like my veggies and my chicken, turkey meatballs. I mean, I make up a batch of those and they last me all week, you know, and I can eat those with my zucchini noodles and my marinara sauce. And it's so good. It's like, oh my gosh, whoever needs to eat pasta, all that wheat and flour, who needs to eat that ever again? You know? So it's just, I'm just so surprised just about, you know, I'm not the only one that's experiencing this. And that's really the best part is you may think, oh, you're Coach Deb, you know. No, it's not just me. It's not just me. And I don't have any magic sparkle dust that makes me be able to do any of this easier than anybody else. In fact, I was talking with somebody the other day and we were talking about depression because I have it and she was experiencing that. And, you know, I was sharing with her that, you know, like last summer, I went through a really, really bad spell. And I did end up going into the doctor and getting some of my medication adjusted, and that helped. But when I was going through that bad spell, the one constant in my life was working out. And I know whenever you're depressed, the last thing you want to do is do anything. But for me, that's what this community, that's what being a part of Beachbody, that's what being a part of my challenge groups, that's what being a part of our tribe has done for me, is that no matter what else is going on with my life, unless I'm sick, like physically sick, you know, flu, bad cold, whatever's going on in my life, you know, illnesses in the family, you know, my parents with, you know, cancer, surgeries, my husband's surgeries, you know, myself with, you know, depression, you know, every time it rears its ugly head, all of the life situations that happen, whatever else is going on, no matter how I may be feeling in my head, no matter the worry, the stress, I get my workout done. And I get my workout done. I literally sometimes drag myself to my workout room. You know, I may sit in my chair all day, but I will drag myself downstairs to do my workout. And that's because of the community. That's because of the people I've surrounded myself with, which includes a lot of you that are watching this right now. Power to the tribe, power to the challenge groups, power to surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Because I can tell you, if I didn't have a reason to keep me going on my fitness, aside from just knowing I need to do it, then I probably wouldn't be as disciplined as I am. I wouldn't. But I am a part of the Beachbody community. And I have to say, that has been the thread that I've held on to, no matter what else is going on in my life. It's the thread that like kind of keeps me sometimes from just losing it. And so that's not just about the 80-day obsession. That's just about the community, the tribe that I've created. You know, the women that are a part of this. It's so full of love and support. So that's just what I wanted to share with you. If you want to do this, don't be afraid. You know, if you're not physically at a level to start the 80-day obsession, there's this ramp-up program. So don't let that hold you back. Oh, that looks too intense for me. Well, I will tell you, if you tell me that, oh, no problem. Here's where we're going to start you instead. So there is no excuses. Why not? What have you got to lose, quite honestly? Or let me just ask you a different way. How much weight do you have to lose? And do you really want to lose it? Do you really want to? Because I get told a lot about the weight that you want to lose and the way you want your life to be different. But at the end of the day, I also find out that a lot of people don't really want to change. They just don't want to do the things they need to do to change. They just don't want to change. So I think you'll surprise yourself. I think if you do this next round with us, I think you'll surprise yourself. I would love to see you surprise yourself. You deserve to surprise yourself. You deserve to find out exactly what you're made of. And that all these things you tell yourself about yourself, they're not true at all. They're just not true. Because I know you can do it. I know you can do whatever you put your mind to. Just got to have the right tribe, the right program, the right support system, and the rest will happen. So if you want to join our next round, please let me know. I'm reaching out to a lot of people, but I got a lot of people to reach out to. So I would love for you to let me know so I can pop you up to the top of the list and make sure you get your spot. Have a happy Saturday, and thanks so much for letting me go on and on. Talk to you later.